Are we sitting comfortably?
No.
Yes. Oh, she's eating the microphone.
Oh no.
There
Oh,
we go.
wonderful. Good kitty. Pat, pat,
We
pat.
just hear crunch and munch. Chris is like, help!
Stop.
Aw, this nerd has subscribed with their Twitch Prime.
Yeah, I wonder what idiot did that.
What fool, what creature could do such a thing? Thank you,
Alright.
dearly.
You're welcome.
My spine is crunchy.
We are now 14 months. What is Chester looking like now? He's a 5-month baby.
Big baby.
Still chunky.
Still big.
Lord.
Hang on, cheek.
Speaking of cats, my Remy has joined.
Let's just...
Let's go.
I have to move Chester over later.
We've got 2 Remys.
Hello, Remy. Pat, pat, pat.
Well, the one I'm holding right now isn't Remy.
Ah, shit, we only got 1 Remy, my bad.
The other Remy
We're down
is,
1.
There is the other Remy. I think the other Remy is upstairs right now.
Before anyone in chat gets worried, the natural 20 in chat was just a test roll. I'm sure it won't be indicative of anything I do later in the session.
Squint harder.
It is a natural 20 though, so yeah. Man, I can't wait for it to be like October, so I get a birthday 20.
No.
I know, right? And then I will use my birthday 20 almost immediately after to fix whatever the hell you did.
Wait, October, November, December. We have 3 birthday die in a row.
Yep.
Go!
Let's go.
Those autumn winter months be loaded with 20s.
Hell yeah. It's
Just eat
Christmas.
them everywhere.
But yes, does anybody remember what happened last time?
We saw a beautiful arrangement of NPCs, and we just we couldn't figure out which one we wanted to simp for more.
Rat boy.
Rat boy, rat boy.
Rat boy. Rat
You went,
boy.
you went with the
boy.
raven. You went with the raven harpy.
Oh, what about the rat boy? We
He
still
will
love
be
him.
around. Do not worry.
I know, we love the rat boy.
What will realistically happen is we'll probably interact more with the rat boy, but we are like assigned with the raven,
Yes.
the harpy. I love the harpy. She's so cute.
Ah yes, indeed. You decided to follow Nyx here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, we're definitely not gonna die.
But no, yes, you have been given permission to enter the exclusion zone after joining up temporarily with one of the 4 major players in terms of the Delvers. You can leave and do your first excursion whenever you wish, but Nyxia recommends making sure that you are stocked up on supplies.
Sorry if I was being quiet. My jazz was a little too loud.
Jazz good.
You
Sorry
like
if I-
jazz?
I
I like
just finished
jazz.
my ping.
My- Jazz.
Finished the ping for the next session.
That is-
I mean, I get. First of all, we can all start out with who has what in their inventory.
That's a great question, isn't it?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember.
That's why you have a character sheet.
My character sheet is never like updated.
How dare you?
This is why I need a different. This is why I use a different character sheet than Roll20 usually. But I haven't made it yet. I haven't had time. But let's see. What do we decide with? What do we decide with the items that we got?
I do know in the robe of useful items I have dog.
We do have dog. We still need to use dog at some point.
Dog might be good for the exclusion zone. Dog can smell.
True.
Ooh, by the way, TNT, I have adjusted your spiked chain macro, so it should function properly.
Finally, a proper weapon.
You said that like Gordon Ramsay's finally some good
Need some
fucking
good
food.
fucking food. What are
It's
you?
fucking
An idiot
raw.
Idiot
sandwich.
sandwich. Imagine Saren puts hands on Oro's head. What are you, Oro? An idiot turtle.
An idiot turtle.
No, you're not. You're a beautiful man. You got this.
Also, I'm not sure if you looked at my weapons area, Chen, but there's javelin, slightly bent javelin, broken javelin.
I did notice. I decided not to touch it because it's beautiful as it is.
You gotta distinguish the 3 javelins, man.
Of course, of course.
I have an empty potion bottle. I have a fancy potion bottle, which I think we assume might be something health related.
Yes, I believe Saren wanted to identify that, and I was going to give you the details this session.
Oh, yes. And then I know the robe also has a health potion.
Mm-hmm. But yes. Saren, you want to identify it?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, do I have identify? I don't have identify. I
Never
have
mind.
detect magic. Stop thinking about Arya, pet.
In that case, without any kind of identification, you'll have to either pay someone else to identify it, or figure it out by, I don't know, chugging it, or doing some other sort of investigative methods.
You know which
Can we-
way I'm going to do it.
Chug,
Are you
chug,
gonna-
chug, 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 chug.
Chuck.
We can. Brain lag. We should probably get more health potions, because we don't have that many. We have an unidentified one, but we need more. We're going to likely need more. Because I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think we're gonna be going to be able to put this creature away without another fight. So.
I'm sure this thing will roll over and die.
Yeah.
I can chug the
we're-
fancy potion bottle, and he could be in a fancy potion bottle, not just a normal one.
Don't think that he'll live, but you know. We'll see. We'll see.
Can we roll investigation to try to find out what it is?
You can use
Yes.
Arcana.
I do not have good Arcana. Hey, hands.
I don't have good great arcana, but oh,
Yo!
Oh.
20,
oh.
not natural.
Okay. With a
It's a
20,
dirty 20.
you can surmise that the liquid inside this, inside the bottle is in fact healing potion. But there's something about the bottle itself that there's some sort of magical quality to it. You're not sure exactly, but, and you'd have to test this, there's some sort of like replication, like enhancement on the bottle itself.
Can I use detect magic? Because if it's magical, then it should be fine, right?
Detect magic just tells you what the magic, like what school of magic it is, and if it is magical. It doesn't help you in discerning what it does.
Damn it.
Would it help if I rolled Arcana or no?
Fresh eyes could certainly help,
Okay.
but Saren
I'm
already rolled
on
really,
my-
really good.
So it's
I'm on the-
essentially that it's a health potion. We know what kind, like amount of health
Oh,
potion
wow.
it is?
Was that
Or
good
no?
enough?
So an additional one good enough?
Looking at it together, if you're willing,
Oh my god!
if you're willing to
Sorry.
do a little bit of experimentation. One of you is going to have to at least drink it before like your theory is confirmed. But you think potentially, if this potion bottle were to empty, it may refill itself.
Hey.
Ooh, and a refillable health potion is really good.
D&D punch me.
Alright.
No, no. Oh, we
Just
don't know
right-
how long the duration is
Right
gonna
in
be.
front of the harpy woman. Okay.
You already
yeah,
left her
no,
office.
Yeah, we left her office. We're already
Oh,
like
damn
in the
it,
streets.
Bar fight.
Okay, but like, yeah, like me and Linnea are just like, it could be refillable. Do you think so too? And then Linnea would be like, yes.
Yes, she just be like,
He's
I think
just holding
try.
it because he likes how it looks.
And then TNT going, how to test it?
Sparkly.
For the time being, though, it's best to treat it just as a regular health potion until, you know, you are able to test that theory.
Yeah, TNT would be best to hold it. So, with that information, potential. Okay. Is there any other items we're like kind of missing? Did we gain any other items within the last like session that we should be considerate about? Because I don't remember if we got any items.
You receive your payment from the Church of the Blind Mother for supplying them with the alembic and other alchemical supplies.
How much was that?
I believe you're given exactly 2 healing potions. Specifically potions and not flasks.
Okay. Do we know the quality of it? Like how good it is?
So they're potions, so they'll heal you for 10 when consumed. But it will take your
Exactly.
action.
Yeah. That's how are we splitting this? One for Sarah and one for Linnea, because when we got it, we didn't have our newest bean.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, I think that's fair because TNT technically, now that we know that the fancy bottle is a health potion, TNT technically has 2.
Oh, thank you for the sub, Robotic Hurricane.
Did I finish or did I fix Chris's character information? Hold on. I gotta go back to your stream elements.
We'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure.
It should be soy. Yeah, I don't think I have Chris's stuff. Chris, I'm gonna need you for 2 seconds.
Okay. Just
Fix the
message me
command.
what you need, and I will.
Yeah.
It's okay. Along with that, as you leave Nixia's office, a couple of other members of the Mist Ravens approach you. Like no one particularly special, but they let you know. They let you in on a few things about what to expect out there in the exclusion zone. And they're also willing to answer any questions that you might have in regards to what else to like sort of find out there, the dangers and whatnot. They teach you a few of their like signs that they leave out there, their internal code for markers for certain things. What symbols mean danger? What symbols mean like this has already been looted? That kind of stuff.
Oh, kind of like the symbols in Skyrim.
A little bit like that, yeah.
We learn thieves can't.
It's not thieves can't. It's just a little bit of like their own code. They don't teach you everything, but they teach you the important ones. A couple of very particularly important ones that they seem to emphasize are safe area and sort of like rest spot, or like resting area. And a couple of ones that are a bit, well, you're not quite sure what the extent of what they mean yet, but it is things like unstable aether, or vicious remnant. Hello, is this where you find cuties? Yeah, they're right there. Look at them. You have
What was the second
Feyre.
one? Vicious.
Vicious remnant.
There we go. All the characters are written up now.
Let's go.
They do also explain what such things are, though. Now, out there in the exclusion zone, you may find echoes of people who were once there. The citizens who once made up the city. They're known as remnants because while they are similar to ghosts, they are sort of on a bit of a loop. They're barely there, even for ghosts. You generally can't quite tell like who or what they even like were. Sometimes they have a bit more form than that. Elsewise, they tend to be, spectral humanoids that go about a routine, but they can sometimes be interrupted and asked questions, either to benefit or detriment. Sometimes they'll tell you about, generally like what they were doing once upon a time, and assuming you're able to ask the right things, they can sometimes point you in the directions of particular buildings, locations they might have worked at, or other landmarks that might be of interest to you. They also know that the remnants aren't really super reliable, so take any advice and anything they say with a pinch of salt. A couple of other things that they tell you are, if you hear screaming, particularly like shrill, high-pitched screaming, ignore it. It's probably for the best.
Alright. Not cryptic at all.
There are things out there in the exclusion zone that make such noises, and you're more likely to encounter those than someone in dire need of help if you're out there.
Oh. And can we ask them where the best shop is to get supplies?
They nod. They let you know that there are a few like shops around here, like in the upper city. The ones that the Mist Ravens frequent the most. It's on the west side intersection. It is a shop run by Kuros.
The babies!
Nixia knows the lead Kuro there personally, and so they've established a bit of a deal. You get a bit of a discount when shopping there.
Let's go, Pog.
Let's go.
Chris doesn't know the Kuros.
Nope, I do
Not
not.
yet.
Not yet, TM.
Babies.
You can pick up very quite useful things between like ropes, ghost dust, tin rods, and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Come to think of it, you think you probably, if you don't have any tin rods, you should definitely have at least a handful. Particularly useful if you come across any constructs out there.
Tin rods. Okay.
What else? They also let you know, where possible, limit your use of magic.
Oh. Interesting.
They're like,
Do
obviously, in a
they-
life or death like situation, use all the magic you want. But if you can help it, use as little magic as possible. Like, in terms of like big magic, so any slotted spell, you can just about get away with most cantrips though.
Can we ask them specifically why?
Certain things out there between some constructs and some particularly less savory things are drawn to it.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that shouldn't be a problem for me.
I mean, I don't really have any crazy magic, so I'm not too worried about it.
I don't even have any. I can't read the books.
I just realized we don't necessarily have a lot of magic, like fighting capabilities on our team. If we have like 3 people,
Looks
that
at
don't
Linnea's
really
death
have-
lasers.
Well, true. Linnea is our only one, which means
I forgot
besides
about
the fact that we already have to protect Linnea anyways, because Quintess. But you know, Linnea genuinely is our only magic dealer, so we gotta be very mindful of that if we're fighting up against something that is resistant to like physical attacks.
I only have 1 magic attack, but I have 2 support magics. So
Any
Word
magic is good
support?
magic. They let you know that
Wait.
even support, like healing magic, can sometimes be worse than shouting out loudly in the open streets.
Okay.
oh god. Oh no.
That's what I was about to ask. I'm like, wouldn't healing magic also count as magic? So technically, it wouldn't be a good idea to use that willy-nilly.
If you have to use magic to solve a problem, the Misreverends reckon you have about 2 to 3 minutes before something particularly bad comes rushing towards you.
What about magic that's done by touch?
Yeah,
Like
what
not
about the
magic that's
detect magic?
broadcasted.
If you're able to
Sorry,
cast
sorry.
spells like as rituals, so slowly, you can sometimes get away with it. But they recommend sort of checking the local area for anything that moves before you do any of that kind of stuff.
I was just thinking about like, because I have a transmutation that's jump, and it's done by touch. So I didn't know if that would cause any problems or.
They've tried it, and even little things like that can sometimes set off like nearby things.
Oh,
But if the local area is relatively clear, you are likely to be able to get away with it. But they wouldn't stick around in the same location that you've done that in.
That's good to know. That's good. Because I imagine in that area, in the exclusion zone, jump is going to be somewhat helpful. Just getting into different areas that might
It's-
not generally be accessible.
the Mist Ravens in particular do like note the uses of like the jump spell as well as the levitate spell if you know about it. Getting access to higher areas is usually a good way to get access to some pretty decent loot.
Okay.
In fact, they let you know a couple of things to look out for. If you're able to like jump through things, then especially in the larger townhouses, there's usually a loft in all of them. And while it's like, while it would be nice to go through the building, usually there's bad stuff in like the various old rooms, from old hazards to actual things that might try and grab you. And as such, it's probably better to just jump to the roof and bust your way in from the top. Most things on the ground won't be able to get to you.
I guess what would be next would be heading to the shop if everyone's done asking questions, or...
I blinked out a little bit, but do we know any place that we can potentially go to make a container for the gremlin that we're gonna be trying to steal?
That's what you're doing. You're heading into the temple district in order to find some sort of either knowledge or a vessel with which to contain it.
So we don't know like an immediate response of, yeah, it's over here. We have to find it.
You'll have to do some searching, which is a risk you accepted.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because I assume, this is the first incident that this has happened.
Not many people
So I
need to
don't-
find jars with which to seal ancient spirits in, as it turns out.
But what about their spices?
Oh, spices all the time. Ever since, civilization collapsed, the price of spices has gone through the roof.
Can we use this guy as spice?
You can use them as salt, I'm sure.
Hey, yo!
Anyways. In that case, which shop would you head to? Are you going to follow the lead on the Kurus, or are you going to head anywhere else?
Does Kays know of any shops?
I have only been to the inner city. Well, not very often anyway. And actually, before I got caught, there was this one shop that I saw on one of the back streets, an old bookstore. Not sure if that's of interest to you, but I might be able to navigate you there.
Ooh, a bookstore.
Knowledge might be able to be useful for us. We should probably prepare by getting items, because that's the place we know immediately. Yes, going to the Kuros would be the wisest call.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we can explore however we wish, because we don't really have a direction we're going in. So I think I vote for Kuros first, and then we go try and figure this out.
Very well.
agree.
I'm excited to meet the Kuros, so...
Let's go see the babies!
Let's go
You
see
had to-
babies!
You head down the bustling streets, and one second, where's the Kuro theme?
Where's the Kiro theme?
Yeah, we all gotta listen to the Kuro theme.
Where is it?
There it is. Let me just grab this, slap it in here. As you walk down like the bustling,
Did you give us the music?
do you guys not already have the link somewhere?
No.
There you go. There's the thing. As you guys walk down the busy main street, there are plenty of there's plenty of hustle and bustle all around. Compared to the outside of the walls, they're living quite nice within. That being said, there's always the sort of slight worry that something from the Exclusion will break in, but generally speaking, they know that the edges of the inner city are quite safe, and anything like within a block of the walls is more safer than most. Well, as long as you're not heading towards the castle, anyways. They're thinking that they might be able to have the entire city back under sort of control after maybe 10, 20 years. It'll take some time for sure, but well, that's assuming everything goes smoothly. Meanwhile, you spot a converted townhouse on the corner as you reach this sort of main thoroughfare. Something resembling a high street. You see one building in particular, that townhouse, which looks very, very slapdash. It looks like it's breaching several health and safety codes in several countries. There are overhangs in places which definitely don't look like they could support one. Odd cantilevers and different clashing styles that make it look like they've just taken 3 slices of different buildings and stacked them on top of each other to create one homogeneous mess. A crooked sign on the side has just an image of the white plague doctorish mask of a Kuro slapped on it. The paint apparently had been dripped slightly, causing it to look a bit melty in places, and vaguely obscuring whatever sign was underneath before.
Is this it?
Huh?
Is this it? I say in character.
Oh.
It was it was the directions we were given.
Blink,
Blink, blink.
blink, blink. Guess we go in.
What
my
in the
mouse
world
go?
is it on the sign there?
Oh God!
You observe-
Everything just reloaded.
You observe the sign. The sign, you can't really tell what it says. Oh, my mouse had decided to disappear on me. Thanks, mouse.
Can TNT
all-
with all of his stupidity figure out what the sign says?
What was underneath? You're not really sure what it once said. You know what? Give me a perception check.
Perception. Perception. That's deception. Oh God, no. Perception. No.
Sorry, what sign? There's a sign?
Oh no. A 3.
Well, I guess there's not a sign, guys. I can't see one.
That's poor TNT. Can I attempt to read what's on the sign?
You attempt to read what was on the old sign before the Kuro slapped their face on it. Give me a perception check.
Oh, why is it rolling? I'm not sure why it's rolling like that.
Oh, you may have advantage or disadvantage turned on.
Let me...
You see
Says
these
it's,
three buttons.
says it's a normal roll.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh, I don't see those buttons. Where
I
are they?
can help you with that. If you go into, I'll just do this real quick. Press join this real quick. here.
Yeah.
And should be here. And have advantage toggle.
Oh, okay, I see.
That'll make it super easy for you to figure
Yeah.
that out.
With a
I
14
gotcha.
though, you're not quite sure, but it looks like potentially some sort of, like, maybe an old boutique sign, judging from like the ornamentation around it. It doesn't look like it could have been a pub sign.
Okay. So, a possible old flower shop.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Alright. Well, I guess there's nothing left but to go in and look around.
Alright.
That was out of character.
Grow!
Well, Linnea does that in character.
Imagine.
Caw, 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 grow, caw, caw. You hear the unmistakable sounds of these short, dark cloaked and dark clothed creatures scurrying around the place, sort of loosely arranging very busted looking shelves, or like trying to like make objects look slightly nicer by polishing them. They're sort of scattered all around the place. When they see you come in, they're like, "Ooh, a customer! A customer has come! Yes, Crow Crow! Hello! Greetings, valued customer!"
I love it.
It's bro toddlers again.
Tried to spawn in images on the wrong window again. Do. Ba-ding and ba-ding.
Oh,
Babies!
Oh! Can we just bring one of them home?
You can try.
Linnea, no, we have 50 at home already. Please, we can't have the whole shop.
Let's have 51!
Greetings! Unfortunately, Kuro is not a marketable plushie.
But why? Think of how much money you could make selling them.
Oh! Kuros may take up this financial endeavor, but today is not that day, valued customer.
Yes!
Please, TNT needs a Kuro plushie. Please.
What can the Kuros do for you?
I want a Kuro
Car.
plushie.
can I like, do I need to roll perception to like look around the shop and like try to see what they have in stock, or?
They have a lot of, well, some of it's clearly junk to you. Like literal belt buckles, a couple of, a wonderful incomplete set of silver spoons. Like a nice set of plates, though one of them has a massive crack that goes straight through it. But you know, it's fine, it's fine. Like none of the, what you might consider the good stuff is out here in the front. I mean, well, at least nothing that seems useful, like super useful.
I got you.
Quite the discerning eye, perhaps? Looking for some sparkly shinies? Or maybe some shiny sparklies?
We're looking to get stocked up before we go to the exclusion zone.
Ooh. Adventurers. Nodders. The Kuros all sort of nod together. They mutter to each other. You're not sure if that's even a language. They just seem to be saying the word Kuro at each other.
They try their best.
They're doing it, but they're barely doing it.
They're doing something. But they all seem to be in complete agreement. Nodders. There's about a
Should
dozen
we-
of them running around this lower shop floor.
I guess they wouldn't know. So should we tell them that we're from the Mist Ravens?
Mm,
Knowing the Kuros, I don't think they care.
I was gonna say I don't think it really matters.
Well, because we would get a discount. Well, if we can't get the discount if they don't know which one we're from. Because why would they just discount to everyone?
You could. Can we get a discount specifically because we know we've met them before?
We
or
let
we've
them
met,
take. We let them take the body.
Yeah, we let you guys take the body. You know, the one in the game.
All the way back in like session 3. You know, the Dragonborn girl. You know.
Mhm.
That's your line?
What if we were like, hey, can we get a discount because we met you guys like before?
They all look between each other. Have you seen these people before? I don't know, have you seen these people before? Kuro.
It might have been other Kuros.
Kuro says Kuro's never seen you before. And Kuro's never seen you before either.
Apologies. We believe we've met some of your, some other Kuros then. We had just passed by from them. That's why.
Nodges. No discount.
Okay, then yeah, let's go with the Ravens.
Alright.
Kuroka.
Saren will explain that. Well, you see, we're actually a part of I already forgot what it's called.
You literally
Let's
just
look-
said it.
Is it? No, it's not just the Ravens. It's Mist Ravens. Okay. Chen,
No, but
you understand me?
You had just said it.
I didn't say Mist Ravens. I know for a fact I didn't.
Someone dial it back.
So
Mm,
If not, edit it to make it look like they said it.
I hate you so much. Oh, that's so cute.
I'm sorry.
Chen, look at the. Chen,
Please,
look at.
please.
Oh, hello.
Hello, little baby.
It's
They-
like I know you guys were like talking about the plague doctor squishy, and I'm like, oh, I have like a plague nurse one, but not like the plague doctor. And I found that on their website, and I'm like, I need him.
I've got a little plague
Yeah.
doctor.
A
Yeah,
little
Chen has a plague doctor.
baby.
I have a plague nurse.
Hey,
And,
yo.
Yeah, nurse buddies.
Nurse buddies.
Do you have the big one or the small? This is completely off topic. Do you have the big one or the small one?
What constitutes as?
Um,
I think the small.
Like the 8-inch
I
little
have
boy.
one that I have one that is like. Okay.
It's like a
no,
foot,
wait,
isn't
hold
it?
on. It's like the length of my arm, or like the length of like my. No, not the length of my arm. That's weird. Yeah, it's like a foot, I think, or something.
No, I have the small one then.
Small.
I know my sister has the plague doctor.
I mean, Ochre is also small, so it might be relative, you know.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a picture and send it. But anyways, the mist crows. You're a part of that group. Crows. What? Ravens.
Oh, Mist Ravens. Nodders. The crows and crow at each other for a little bit. Crow. Crows believe you.
We appreciate the belief.
Well, in that case, you might be needing things to go out there then. Crow tools.
Kuro tools.
Kuro tools?
Crow tools. And they all like they all say that in like near unison. And they like jump up and down. Some jump up on the counter.
What are these Kuro tools?
Kuros make many tools for going out there. Kuros need many tools anyway in order to acquire loot from places. Nodders. Kuros have many things. What kind of things might you be needing? Kuros have lockpicks. Kuros have Kuro bars. Kuros have explosives. Kuros have shiny rod. Kuros also have glowy powder. Kuros also have semi-lethal poison. Don't tell anyone that Kuros has this.
Interesting. I'm sorry, I got stuck on Kuro bars.
Yeah, Kuro bars. And he holds up what looks like a crowbar to you.
It's a Kuro bar.
Indeed. All the Kuros own a Kuro bar, the head of which, instead of being the usual curve, is stylized after a Kuro head.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Kuro bars, perfect for prying and peeking. Kuros also sell things like climbing kits, because, well, Kuro is really good at climbing. Big people are less good at climbing.
What about glass bottles
Ooh!
with liquid inside?
Glass bottles with liquid inside? What kind of liquid?
Healthy liquid.
Yeah, healthy liquid.
Do we have any more vegetable smoothie left? No, Kuro's drank it. Aww, Kuro's drank it.
They did mention something about shiny bars.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, shiny rods.
Do you, perhaps know what those rods are made out of?
Shiny stuff.
Could I
Oh.
see one of those bars?
Of course.
Sorry, that's wrong accent.
And they lay out an array of like foot-long, like they're like spikes almost. Wide at one end, tapered to a needle-like point at the other. And they have the sheen of tin, though they have a small, like, you can tell that there's like engraving all over it. You're not quite sure exactly what the engraving means, but you can tell that there's a small amount of magic emanating from this rod.
Is there any way we could find out further, like, just to further confirm whether they're the tin rods we need or not?
They definitely match the description of a tin rod. Useful for taking out constructs, these are.
Oh,
Well-
these are the ones that.
Yeah, Kuro should let
These
you
are
know.
the ones that.
You grab tin rod, right? And the Kuro like picks up one of the rods and like goes to another Kuro, and then you jam it into construct neck or whatever construct passes for neck, and the other Kuro dramatically like begins like pretending that they've gotten stabbed by this rod, and then afterwards, once you leave rod in, construct gets very silly and confused and sort of wanders around for a bit, doing not very much at all. And the stabbed, quote-unquote, Kuro acts drunk and falls off the counter. Much
And how
to the
many of
amusement
those
of the
do
other
you have?
Kuros. Oh, Kuros have many of these for sale. Kuros fabricate these ones.
Fabricate them.
Ancient Kuro recipe, passed down by at least one generation.
Passed down by one generation. You
At least one generation.
And how much would one cost?
One tin rod, 5 gold pieces. 5 gold circle shinies.
I see. Can we use one on multiple constructs, or are they one and done?
Single use only, and, well, assuming you want to go back and pull the rod back out of the construct.
I see.
But assuming rod doesn't break, might be usable more than once. Wouldn't guarantee it, though. Kuro's never tried. Kuro's already run away by that point.
Am I able? Are we able to see like where the somewhat more valuable stuff is?
The stuff that where they've taken the rods, they've clearly taken it from behind the counter.
I see. I see.
And like further behind, like them in the room, there's like this thick curtain that prevents you from seeing like properly behind. Do 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 do. Kuro.
And how much would it cost to buy, like a set of tools?
What kind of tools looking for?
Kuro bar, shiny rod. I forgot what the first one was.
Climbing gear?
Yeah, climbing gear.
Ooh,
How much
like
would
a
one of those
package?
cost? Yeah, like a package of everything. All the necessary tools.
A set of Kuro tools. A set of Kuro tools out there? What would Kuro take on a set of things? Kuro would take Kuro. Kuro would also take Kuro. Nodders.
Oh.
Wait, we don't trade Kuros. You're right, we don't trade Kuros.
You do. I'll take all of them.
Well, we can just
Kuros.
we can just trade a package without a Kuro slapped onto it. Ah, you're right, Kuro. Nodders.
TNT is like crying in the corner.
Let's see. Kuro essentials include Kuro bar, sack, knife, shovel, pickaxe, explosives. What else does Kuros use? More explosives? No. Other things Kuros use. Oh, rod. Powder. What else does Kuro use? I don't know, Kuro. What does Kuro use? Kuro uses brains and wit. Well, we can't sell your brains. You don't have any. Hey, brah! And they sort of argue with each other for a while before they put together like a package of like an assortment of items, including some rope, a set of the standard tools that Kuros tend to use. Though their quality is a bit questionable, aside from the crowbar, which is, well, a solid bar of metal. This tool's also sized for a Kuro, though, so it's not uncomfortable in your hands, Havcard.
It'd be like a little toothpick in mine.
Oh, yeah.
What about that glowing powder you were mentioning?
Glowing
May I
powder
have a
good
look
for
at it?
finding invisible things. Kuro's not going to open up the small pouch of powder, because that would waste it. But if you think there's something sneaky around you, right? And you don't know, you can't see it because it's being stupid and sneaky and invisible. So you take powder, throw in air, and hope.
And hope.
You hope
Is there
thing
a
walk into
way-
cloud of powder.
Oh.
Is there a way we can try to like see what the powder is?
Well, you can see in, like, judging from like the little flecks that have gone outside the pouch that they store it in, it's this like very strongly glowing powder. Strong
And
enough
how
to
much would
illuminate
this-
ghosts.
How much would the set cost?
Kuro will sell set for 30 gold.
And that's with the discount?
Kuro's bundled it all together. Kuro is pretty sure Kuro's applied discount.
Okay. So the next question is, who's buying it?
It wouldn't hurt to have it all. I do have the money for it.
I mean, I know I have the money for it. Not sure about Oka.
I think we all have the money for it because we got a lot of money last time. Remember? But what is this item again? Also Kuro. I just saw the giant Kuro tokens.
It's like a bundle of items the Kuros use when they go out into the exclusion zone or whatever.
It's like the Kuro bar, one of the metal rods for constructs.
Who can best use it? Because we had mentioned, or like Chen mentioned, like, you know, it's a size of a Kuro. It's like for Kuro sizes, so. I think I'm the smallest character.
Yeah.
I mean, even for a dwarf, like, they're a bit smaller than you'd like, but, you know, you can still use them just fine.
Compared to us, though.
They're clearly small for, like, you, but there's nothing to say they wouldn't be effective tools. In fact, their smaller size would make them nicer to carry, overall.
I'm not gonna buy it because I'm not gonna use it still.
I think TNT would be able to.
I mean, if anything, I'll end up buying one just because I mean, at the very least, getting the shiny rods for the constructs, having one or two of them would be handy. How many of the shiny rods are in the set?
2.
2. Okay. Then I'll take one.
Kuro!
I'll...
A sale it is! Swapsy coinies, please.
I grab the 30 gold pieces out of my pouch.
As you do so, you realize that your pouch doesn't have the money on it. In fact, your money's already on the counter.
Oh.
Thank you! And they throw the pack at you.
I see.
Altogether, it probably weighs like, I don't know, 20, 25 pounds.
Okay.
The sack is very important. That's what they throw it all in when they give it to you.
I'm just adding all of it real quick.
Kuros also tend to have lockpicks, but Kuros make Kuro's own lockpicks. And you should make yours too, unless you want to get some Kuro made.
Well, I'm about out of money, so that'd be on you guys to get them.
Are any of you even good at using lockpicks?
TNT probably isn't.
That'd be sleight of hand, right?
No, it would be thieves' tools.
Oh, thieves' tools. I don't think I am.
Kuros have plenty of shinies. Also, if you want to do swapsies for things, Kuros do swapsies. Kuros prefer swapsies over capitalism.
Ooh. I'm kind of tempted to see what happens, but what if TNT just holds up a cabinet door and goes, "What do you think you could trade for with this?"
Did you keep the cabinet door from before?
Yeah. You know, from the desk when we were getting the alchemy supplies and I just casually ripped off the door.
Swapsy door?
Oh no.
Kuro, does Kuro need door? Kuro's not sure if Kuro needs door. And they look at door. Kuro will give you... Kuro will give you hammer for door.
I'll take hammer.
Nodders. And they give you a small... not like a small hammer, but to you, a small hammer. And they take the door, and then Kuro's like, what is Kuro even going to use this for? Kuro's going to use this to actually close off Kuro's room.
Oh, little babies. I'm so glad I kept the cabinet door.
Kuro's will trade anything for anything.
Well, now he has a door from his room. Look at him. He's got his own room now.
As that Kuro takes the cabinet door behind the curtain, it parts just enough that you can take a peek behind it. Who has really high passive perception?
I have 15.
That's pretty decent. That's pretty good enough. As you're able to take a glance behind the curtain, you can just about see that their Kuro fabricated ancient recipe might not be quite the case, as you see a Kuro taking a nap on a massive pile of them.
Oh.
Oh no.
I don't care.
You know what? They're good salesmen. They can keep the overpriced rods. Or the gold for the overpriced rod. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I'm not even gonna mention it to the rest of them. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna do like a under the breath sigh, like just can't believe it.
Yes, you can. You take the second glance at the shop, you're like, no, yes, you can.
I can't believe it. He's taking a nap on the rods. Come on, give this guy a bed.
It can be quite dark out there sometimes. Maybe you need shiny light.
Shiny light?
Kuros have lights.
What kind of lights?
Kuros have some of these other rods. Kuros thinks they're called sun rods. Kuros also have lantern. Kuro also have torch. Never underestimate Bernie stick, Kuro says, until you're handling explosives. In which case, don't use Bernie stick in your explosives.
Are we able to see these sun rods?
Oh, I forgot to add one explosive charge to that bag. To that pack.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Let me add that as well.
There you go. Small explosive charge.
It is dangerous for me to have explosives, but you know what? I will use it responsibly.
The charge has a 6-second fuse, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna add that on there, just...
Such a fuse is woefully inadequate for an explosive, but hey, they're Kuros. They run fast.
Are we able to see the sun, see what the sun rod is?
Yes, the Kuros don't activate it, but the Kuros say you just snap it, shake it a bit, and it illuminates a area for 6 hours.
Oh, I see. It's a glow stick.
An advanced glow stick.
I love it. You know what? I love it. These guys are my favorite.
Kuro! Sunrod! Nodders! Kuro finds these out there sometimes. If you find big box of them, Kuro might be willing to buy them off of you.
We will keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm. Sun rods, #1 seller. Along with tin rods, also #1 seller.
Well, I've got all I need. You guys need anything?
I know I have my hammer.
Okay.
Do we need any more healing? I'm trying to think of like if we need any more healing or anything else.
You want a healy potion?
I'm debating whether we do need one because we technically have like what 3 right now, 4.
I think 4, because TNT has 2
Two.
technically.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then you guys have 1 each.
Potion's very good out there in Exclusion Zone. Potions aren't magic, so things don't run towards you angrily.
True.
Well, potions are
Have anything
magic,
for-
but potions aren't casting magic. You know what Kuro means.
I know what Kuro means. Do you potentially have anything for me, little Kuros?
Anything could be for you. If you can swapsy for it.
Swapsies for it.
But what do you mean by for you? Do you need a coat?
Do you think?
Or a shirt? That shirt seems way too small for you.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Not me looking through my stuff.
If Kuro dressed like that, Kuro would feel very overexposed.
What would you swap for this? And Saren will take out the clay question mark?
The Kuros like sort of like peer at it, and one of them like gets a stick to poke at it with.
Wasn't it in like a bottle?
Yeah, they still poke at it. They poke the bottle with their stick.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Kuro's not sure. Not shiny, not sparkly. Kuro's not sure if Kuro wants.
How about this? And Saren will take out a platinum coin.
Ooh, shiny, sparkly coin.
Very shiny platinum coin.
Grab me hands.
Place in Kuro's hands.
Coin. Nodders. Kuro give you... Kuro give you 2 rods.
What kind of rods?
Tin rods. Kuro give you 2 tin rods.
Weren't they 5 gold apiece?
Well, 5 gold apiece is 1 platinum. So.
Oh, is a platinum coin only 10 gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kuro also give 1 sun rod. Nodders.
What's a sun rod?
Snap rod, shake rod, and rod is light. Can't be put out. Can't set fire to things. Very good for when you want to be safe around explosives.
In essence, a glow stick.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a glow stick. I don't need it. I'm trying to. We have 2 members in the party that have no dark vision.
I mean, I have dark vision.
Just TNT.
No.
Damn it!
Just 1 TNT. I keep forgetting. Okay.
It's fine. I have, let's see here, 6 plus 5. That's 11 torches?
Sunrod way better
also
than
know-
torches. Sunrod can be
I
tucked
also
into
know
clothing,
torches.
where Sunrod doesn't burn you. You can wear Sunrod. Can't wear
I'm
We can
torch.
just put this. We can just put this in TNT shell. Just have it light up, glow.
Are sun rods reusable?
Sunrod's not reusable. One time only.
Ah. That's quite a shame. I don't think that would work for me, unfortunately. You see, I'm a owl folk. I was gonna say owl folk. Owlin.
If you want light, then maybe instead of tin rods, Kuro give lantern.
Hey yo.
Having a lantern would be wise.
Kuro also give 2 oils for lantern.
What say you guys?
For
Should I
how
take that
much?
deal?
For shiny coin.
For one.
I mean,
platinum.
I'm for it because I'd use the lantern.
So wait, are we getting tin rods and lantern, or are we just getting tin rod? Or are we
Just-
just getting lantern?
It's either two tin rods and 1 sunrod, or 1 lantern with 2 doses of oil.
Oh.
How long does a dose of oil last?
Also 6 hours, but obviously you can turn it on and off when you want to.
Gotcha.
I mean, if anything, Saren can take the 2 rods for the platinum. And then I can buy the lantern oil for myself because I have 58 gold.
So, is it a swapsy?
Yes, then. I'm looking at our party. Yes, then.
TNT nods.
I don't really have a comment. It's not my money.
Saren, like the coin is in Saren's hand. Yes or no?
You've given it, or Akuro's holding it because you've given it to Akuro.
Okay. Then Saren will tap on the coin like as if like this is the coin that we're making a deal with. While Saren says, "You got yourself a deal," and then very minorly, Saren will, with like one of their claws, will quickly swipe a 6 on the coin. Thumbs up.
You swipe a 6 on the... Ah, okay. Kuro! Nutters! And they give you, the rods.
Pleasure.
Well, now we have the extra equipment.
So we
wait,
have 2
wait,
tin
question.
rods.
Would
Mhm.
Kuros accept 10 gold shinies for lantern and oil?
Ooh! Nutters!
Alright, TNT holds out the 10 shiny gold pieces and goes, about that lantern.
Nodders. And they hand you the lantern, a little lantern clasp, as well as 2 pints of oil.
TNT is like, you know how it's like when you're like counting coin. TNT like slowly kind of counts out 10 coins and gives them to the little Kuros.
Kuro. Good trades today, Kuro. Indeed, Kuro. Kuro!
Good doing business.
Good swapsies.
What?
Please
What
survive
did
so
I
you
get
can
again?
spend more money at the Kuro shop.
The plan. That's the plan.
Hopefully.
What did I get again?
You got 2 tin rods and 1 sun rod.
Okay, 2 tin rods, 1 sun rod. Gotcha. I just needed to write it down.
And then I got 1 lantern and 2 pints of oil.
Yes.
Alright.
All right.
Goodbye. Ciao.
Goodbye.
Caw.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, little ones.
And we step out of the shop.
Yep. Back into the relative drudgery. Sure, the inside of the cruise shop was a bit dingy and a bit like, bit run down, but they had a bit of an energy.
Truly. Saren will look up at the sky to see what time it is. Or like what time of day it is.
It's almost noon.
Okay. 6
That
hours.
was interesting.
Mm.
You swear you hear like something break coming from the cruise shop behind you.
Oh no.
Mm.
Do we bother to go back and look and see?
I mean,
It sounded like it came from one of the upper floors.
It wouldn't be possible to even get in there. Unless I quietly float up to a window and peek. Is there even windows in this place, actually?
There are,
Saren,
but they are shuttered or curtained.
Mm.
Saren floats up to the window only to see Akira with like the little sticky note angry eyebrows on him. He's just staring out the window.
Very funny. Okay.
No peeking.
Yeah, no peeking.
Courier's doing important courier stuff in here.
Mm. All right.
What they're
We
actually
should get
doing, playing with Play-Doh.
We should get on with our plans. And I seem to have an arrangement to come back here. Roughly 6 hours. Let's call it that.
So wait, so are we ready to head to? We're going to the library first, right?
Yeah.
Find you guys.
That's our best lead, so let's go to the library.
I hope they have picture
Okay.
books.
Find you picture books.
I head to the local
Yay!
library, or are you heading towards the bookshop that Kay's pointed out?
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right. We could head to the bookshop too.
let's look at the bookshelf.
Sure. You make your way towards the bookshop. It's down, like Kay said, it's down a few like back alleys, but he seems more at home navigating back alleys than he does the proper streets. But you find it tucked away. Coda's Codices.
It's a interesting
Can we-
name.
What does
Yes,
this mean?
the shop itself looks, well, it's not lit from the inside, and here in the alleyway it's relatively like dark. He like squints through like the window and says, "Well, I don't think I see anyone, but they look open, judging from the sign, I guess."
Well, anyone want to do looking around, or do we want to just go in?
I think it's okay to go in.
All right,
We go.
here we go. Just walk right through the front door.
Yeah, of course.
When we walk in, is there anything like? Is there anything immediately noticeable that like stands out from the rest of everything?
As you enter, you hear a very sad, clangorless bell, like just sort of rattle against the spring hook. As you sort of slowly file in, and the door by itself swings shut on through like spring tension. There's just the gentle creak of the building itself, as well as the ticking of a clock. That being said, you don't see a timepiece anywhere.
Oh.
Hello? Is anyone around?
Doesn't seem your friends are here.
Sharon will like knock on like the wall.
You knock on the wall. Sounds solid. There is a small counter in the sort of rear center of the shop, and there are bookshelves lined with dusty tomes everywhere, each one neatly organized and arranged.
So, does it look like there are any picture books around?
You can give me an investigation check, TNT.
Okay, Ooh. Not bad.
It's not bad.
For TNT, it's not bad. You find a field guide to flowers and fauna.
Do an investigation check to get TNT more picture books.
Sure.
There you go, BB.
Oh my god.
Are you looking for like a children's storybook or like just like an illustrated like novel or something? What are we looking for here?
I'd like a children's book, please.
Very well. And a children's book you indeed find.
Yay! I got my book of pictures.
The book is titled The Kingdom That Once Was.
Oh god.
Oh.
Chin.
Oh.
That's not right.
What? Is something wrong? Huh?
No. No. Of course
Can
not.
I also say that it's super funny that Linnea found that one?
It's like the universe itself is scorning you.
I mean,
That's it. No other children's books in the
Listen.
bookstore, just that one.
can I do a perception to see if it's about me?
You flick through the pages, and to your surprise, the pictures are slightly animated, like 3-frame like GIFs, basically.
Hey yo!
Chin, you're not giving me an answer.
It doesn't appear to be about your kingdom. It's very
thank God.
fantastical and like whimsical, and each chapter is its own sort of contained story. And altogether, it doesn't seem to have like a complete through thread.
I started tearing up, Chin.
Don't worry.
What do you mean? I don't like that laugh.
What? What laugh? I wasn't laughing.
Uh-huh.
Evil cackle, bare minimum.
Am I able to roll to like try to see if there's anyone that's like not really in our vision?
Is there anyone sorry?
Like if anyone's hiding, like
Someone sneaking around? Yeah, sure. Give me your choice of perception or investigation.
TNT is just gonna go in the corner and look at the animated
Oh.
images.
that was
Oh.
such a low roll. Oh no, that's with a +5.
You look around carefully, but you suddenly startle as as you see a young boy like behind you, just as you turn around. To everyone's
Oh, yeah.
surprise, really, as one moment he's not there and the next he is. Hello.
Where did you? How did you?
Is he hot?
Grandma's not awake right now, so if you want to buy some books, then bring them up, I guess. He gives you a smile and hops onto a stool behind the counter.
Okay. Hofka's just like trying not to have like trying not to freak out. Because he's just like, where did he come from? Why wasn't I able to see him? It's just like it's like frozen right there. Just like
TNT is just in the corner looking through the book.
We don't get many visitors. Where are you all from?
you know,
Round.
around.
I'm a pretty local kid. I come from outside the walls. Ah. And like they look towards like the other members of like the party expectantly.
We're simply travelers. No home in sight. Just wandering.
But where did you travel from?
Far away.
Far, far away.
How far away? Like days and days and days?
Days and days and days.
You know,
Months
seeing as we've traveled this long distance, technically it's only been 4 days.
Some of you have been traveling for way further than that. And way longer than that.
I mean, it's been a second.
It's been a hot second. He nods, sort of dreamily like thinking about like the places you guys might have been to.
Absolutely will refuse to tell him I am from a dwarf hold, so
From a hole somewhere.
I'm gonna like turn to like the rest turn over to like Unea and just be like, so what are you guys here for?
Book. Alright, I was the only one who provided an answer.
Boo.
Wait,
Book.
we need to find information on how to safely secure a creature. Does that give enough of an answer?
Well, yeah, but I'm not too sure what we should ask the kid there.
Saren turns to Linnea.
Do you know where we might find some books on sealing something?
Luca.
Making something contained?
My name's Luca.
Luca. Powerful name for a powerful boy.
He grins. Then he thinks about your question. Sealing away like a evil spirit?
Something like that.
Oh. He hops down from the stool and goes scampering by like a few bookshelves. He like glances up and around at them and sort of skirts towards the same one you drew the picture book for TNT off of. And he points up towards the top shelf and a red tome in particular. Try that one.
Thank you, Luca.
He smiles.
So
Although
she'll pick it up.
Grandma says this is a bookshop, not a library, so you should buy it.
Of course. How much do I owe you?
And he like runs like back towards like the desk and like looks through like an old ledger. That one's 10 gold.
Very well. And she'll give him the 10 gold.
He's like, wow. And then he looks like he looks real happy as he gets to pull this big chunky lever on this really elaborate looking register. Ka-chunk, and it makes a whirring, rattly noise, which seems to brighten up the child's day immensely.
Please somebody makes like the standard like ching.
Oh yeah, cha-ching, and like the whoosh of the mechanical numbers rattling away.
I would destroy worlds for this child.
puts the 10 gold coins in and asks, would you like a receipt with that?
Yes, please.
It's like, yes! And he presses like a different thing, and you see a receipt just get generated out of just out of the top of the register. He tears the stub off and slides it on into the inner cover of the book for you.
TNT has since put the book away, and he walks up to Sarah and goes, I didn't understand it.
Oh. I would destroy worlds for this child. Thank you, Luca. You've been very helpful.
He gives like a big warm smile and looks unabashedly proud of his accomplishment today.
He made a sale. He did good. You did good, kid.
Made and sale. You hear footsteps coming that sound like they're descending some like stairs, and Luca turns his head and it's like, oh, Grandma, we have customers. Yes, I heard. I could hear the register from upstairs. And this really, really old human like descends the stairs. You're not sure quite how old she is, but her steps are short and she's particularly hunched over. She requires not just a cane, but a small frame to walk around on. Though, it is a very complicated one. There are all sorts of strange attachments on it, and like bars and levers in places, which you wouldn't expect a simple like walker to have. Ah, yes. Well, it's a bookshop, not a library, so I already said that, Grandma. Anyways, what brings you to my humble shop?
Well, we found the book we were looking for.
Book.
She looks over at the tome and she just also nods. Ah, I see. I'll miss that one.
Is it a favorite of yours?
More sentiment than anything.
See.
Yeah, it'll
I'll
be
take
more
good
useful
care of
to you,
it.
I'm sure, rather than being stuck on an old shelf up here.
We'll take good care of it, I promise.
Oh, she nods at that. Though even nodding seems to be a labor to her.
Were there any other books you three wanted?
TNT shakes his head no.
The finding the sealed book is all that matters, or the sealing for the creature is all that matters.
Yeah.
God, did you want anything?
No, I think I've got everything I need.
Okay.
Not too much on, well, unless they had a book on, I doubt they would, but unless they had a book on, the history of Dwarf. I'd like to try to find if there's any recent reports of seeing others.
Dwarven history. Yes, though. While we have a couple of tomes, they may not be of particular interest. And the old lady walks towards a series of shelves in particular. Towards the bottom, there are these large, metal embellished like books. They certainly look dwarven in nature, though she doesn't bother to pick the tome up. Yes, there are these, but they don't describe too much of well, the comings and goings of Dwarven history. You have to digest volumes to extract any real knowledge.
I see. Well,
At least
no,
they pedantically track the various glories of their own families and clans and what have you.
well, I appreciate you at least looking for me. Maybe the library will have a little bit more information on it.
You'd hope so. But I doubt you'd find much there. A lot of the
Well,
shelves of the library are closed off to the public in the first place.
even to those a part of one of the guilds.
Unless you're a sulfur hound, they probably won't let you into the nice parts of the library.
I see.
But I bet that's where they hide all the good picture books.
I'm sure they do.
Well, I appreciate your time. I guess I don't really need anything else from here then.
Very well. If that is all, then. Well, since you've actually bought something, feel free to take your time.
You.
We appreciate it.
And they sort of poodle back behind the counter. The building continues to creak. It's sort of surprising quiet in the shop. Only the sound of the gentle ticking and your own footsteps and breathing can really be heard.
Well, I guess there's no time like the present to find out if the book was worth it or not.
Yeah.
Let's take a look, shall we?
You place the book on a lectern and begin to flick through it. The book itself appears to be in part memoirs, in part like notes, and in part instructions. There aren't just like sealing rituals for like spirits, but other things as well. The theoreticals on how to bind an extraplanar entity to your will, should you want to. A couple of notes on how to banish like malevolent spirits, or at least attempt to ward them off. Some of it's anecdotal. Other parts seem very well researched and informative. It's like a collection of the author's like research all together. You're not sure who put it all together, and the actual author of all this isn't mentioned in any length of name aside from just the letter T. It's a strange tome indeed, but still, with it, you find a particular one about fiends. And since you know that your spirit is fiendish in nature, you give this chapter a particularly long and hard look. The chapter describes a few things like how to distract them, or how that most fiends tend to have silver as a bane. With a bit of time and effort, and of course the correct materials, it is possible to trap a fiend. Though it would have to be a fiend that was already previously weakened. Considering the position your friend in the jar currently is in, this is probably what you're looking for.
I think this is it.
That's good.
Did-
We didn't have to spend so much time figuring it out. What do we need?
Should I do like a perception check?
Don't bother,
Where-
you bought the book.
Okay.
You literally have the book on it.
I know,
Yes.
but like
It's
don't-
written right there.
I
TNT can't read.
that's right. I don't. Can you tell me what I need?
Of course, the book describes a ritual that has to be performed during the day, particularly at noontime when the sun is brightest. But in particular, you need a very particular fabric as one of the components. The other component you do have, as it's holy water. It's a special kind of silver-lined silk. The silk itself has like threads of silver woven into it with various like scriptures or other such wards in order to prevent a fiend from escaping a vessel that you put it in. Normally there would be the stages of where you put the fiend into the vessel, but considering you already have yours in one, you figure you can skip those steps. Any old vessel will do, though it's preferred for it to be either hallowed or at least lined with silver, or even lead if you can't find silver. Regardless, as long as you can complete this like ritual, which takes about an hour to do, it's possible to more permanently and safely seal away the fiend. Though, of course, anyone can just undo the seal or smash the jar on the ground, and that would release it. But until that happened. Otherwise, if you want to get rid of a fiend forever, you'd have to kill it in the 9 hells.
But why do we
Oh.
want to give this guy lead poisoning?
I think it's the only way to kill him.
Make
That's
it
not a
not a
fun way to
problem
go
by
out.
trapping it in a teeny tiny itty bitty living space forever.
Yeah, but with lead poisoning? Sheesh.
And then you can leave the jar in a block of lead somewhere, so nobody has to find it.
I mean, I do have tools to forge metals.
No one concerned about the lead poisoning?
Lead poisoning's harder to come across than you think.
Do you think TNT knows that?
I'm here, I'm sorry.
TNT's concerned about lead poisoning.
Oh,
That's all he's concerned about.
Yeah.
It just mentioned lead, and he was like, "Oh, lead poisoning."
It's a good thing to be worried about, but you know, just
You know, for
Not
a normal
quite.
person, for a fiend, probably not.
yeah, not quite the situation where it's too concerning for us, but you know.
So then, with new knowledge in hand, you at least
We
know
need
what
to
you're looking
find-
for.
Yeah, we need to somehow find silver-lined silk.
Um, we may be able to go back to the to the guild and ask.
Would there be a place in the town that might offer silver-lined silk?
It's such a specialist item, and unless you know you're dealing with fiends, you probably wouldn't make it.
Alright.
Hmm.
You can try your luck, of course, but you don't think it's likely. Your best bet might be to go out into the exclusion zone and find some.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we can't delay going to the exclusion zone. uh. Well, I'm ready when you guys are.
Let's
I'm
begin.
ready.
I'm ready.
Very well.
Everyone looks at K's randomly.
Not sure how much help I'm gonna be out there, to be honest. It seems kinda dangerous, and I'm not exactly a fighter.
Right as he said that, a dog outside of my apartment started to bark.
They know what's up. Anyways, like I said, I'm not sure how useful I'll be, but I'll still come with you if you want me to go.
I mean, you signed the contract, so I don't think you can back out on this one.
The contract just says the next time I go out. If I just never go out, I guess it's kind of void, isn't it?
Oh.
That being said, I'd rather not be tied down, so probably best to get it over and done with. My one trip out there.
And hey, better
How
to go
bad
with
could
us
it
than go
be?
alone.
Yeah, how bad could it be?
Can't be that bad. It's just a bunch of runes.
Hmm. I'm sure the ruins won't have any dangers in them whatsoever. Definitely
totally.
none,
How-
considering what those wonderful people told us about the strange things out there.
What would bring that notion up?
Har har. Anyways. You head back towards the Delver's headquarters. And you make it known that you're willing to go and head out. They nod and they let you know that you'll be they'll basically be flying you guys in.
Oh.
Let's go.
Are they sure they can fly me in?
They're very confident.
Are they
I wish
sure
I
they
had
want
that
to fly us
confidence.
in?
The way that it works is they cast the levitate spell on you, and someone else who can fly just drags you along.
Oh.
I mean, that works, I guess.
The convenient thing about the levitate spell is anyone can just shove you along.
I'm being kicked around like a football.
Mm-hmm. And they'll be dropping you somewhere in the temple district. They'll be putting you in a place that you know is safe, and let you go from there.
Yeah, I don't think I got a choice.
Yeah, I
just
think TNT's gonna have a little bit of a hard time in the
I'll be fine. I'll manage. I have so far.
Indeed. Cool. A small team of Mist Ravens who appear to be their sort of insertion and extraction squad they all like have like eternal wands of levitate, and they cast it all upon you.
We
Aside from Saren, they're like you can fly yourself.
bitch.
Saren. Going up in style.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
And they give everyone else like a length of rope to hold on to as they fly over the walls into the exclusion zone itself.
We're
I'm
like
just gonna have a
balloons.
death grip on it. Like just absolutely losing it.
TNT's just gonna have like one hand on it as the other one is like out to his side and he's like,
Trailing
pretending
behind
like
him.
He's flying.
Keep a tight
Now
grip.
this is
If you happen
flying.
to let go, don't worry, you'll just be floating there like a lemon until I circle around and get you.
Oh, okay.
You're not expecting any unstable ether up there, but if, for whatever reason, it feels like you're about to fall, you're going to, but don't worry about it. You'll stop falling before you hit the ground.
That's not reassuring at all.
It's the most reassuring thing I can say to you. Anyways, let's go!
You want a helmet?
Whoosh!
I know.
He's just like,
I usually feel better about falling, you know, when I'm tucked into my shell. I don't know if you want a helmet or anything.
he's like too scared to even talk. He's just like shivering as, like just trying not to just pass out from the pure fear that he feels right now.
Mm-hmm. You're confident that you're flying way higher than you really need to fly. Saren in particular, like, sort of clocks that. Like, whereas you could just fly like just over the height of like the edge of the wall, the Mistraven like team seem to fly at least 500 feet above that.
Oh god.
Whee!
What? Right? Saren will fly over to like the team. Be like, why are we going so high up? If you don't mind me asking.
Fly too close, and sometimes there's things that jump off of towers and grab you.
Oh,
Oh.
but I'm the one who does that.
Every practice that we put in place is a lesson. Put it that way.
God's just like essentially passed out from just like the terrifying like feeling of flying so high up.
And I mean, have you seen the height of some of these statues? Loads of things can climb up and jump off if they really wanted to.
You're fine.
I'm used to being underground, not in the air.
Top God isn't even holding on to the rope. We tied it around him. Like, kind of like one of those harness, like, backpacks.
Pretty much. Like he's never been more than like sure he's been on like some sketchy mountain paths, but he knew that they were made strongly.
There was at
and
least
he,
land beneath him.
His feet
yeah,
were on the
he
ground.
was, yeah, he was on the ground. And then so he has a lot more confidence with that. But like being just straight up flying in the air, he's just losing it.
And Linnea is probably used to flying.
Of course.
TNT over here is acting like Superman.
Whoosh. Kaze is also pretty amazed. He doesn't say much, he just sort of appreciates the view, by and large. And you see like a couple of like glowing like flashes coming from down below, and the team look over to you, Sarah, and like, we're headed for that light.
Saren gives a nod in appreciation. Also, when you were saying how Kazak looks in appreciation to the entire place, all I thought of was Saren like floating or flying, and like he looks at the entire city going, sick.
Oh my god.
I don't know why my brain really just went sick.
Hell yeah, dude, look at that.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, Saren will still keep close to everyone to make sure that they don't fall.
Oh yeah, hold on tight, by
But
the
also
way.
taking.
Well,
But also
except for
looking at everything.
Half God is like
I'm just they're just
he's
asleep.
tied in there. He'd be fine.
The team seems to be having a bit of at least a little bit of fun with this, and instead of like coming at an angle like circling down, they just like salute and then just start plummeting.
Oh god.
No.
Well,
Ooh.
this
Half
is
God
where I
like
die.
passes out because the effect of gravity is way different on him. He passes out from too many G.
Yeah, this is where I die.
They seem to be having like a bit of fun with this, and as they level out, there's a sun air break that you feel from like the spell, preventing you from like for any kind of like lethal force. And as you send the remaining like 100 or so feet, you're in like this reinforced loft of a sturdier looking building.
I would like to never do that again.
We'll have to do it again when we come back
Oh, we're gonna get
out
out.
of here.
I'll march right through them walls. You just watch me.
I'll carry you next time then.
Anyways, when you want to signal that you're ready to go back, they toss a flare at one of you.
Saren will catch it.
Just light that
Alright.
up in any one of our safe spots, and we'll come flying.
Appreciate it.
Anyways,
All
thanks
right,
for flying,
guys.
Mist Raven.
That's it.
We're gonna stick around and rest up a bit, but we'll probably be gone by the time you guys come back, if you even come back to this place.
I'll try to make this quick. We only need one thing.
Sure. But just remember you're contractually obliged to bring back a few extra bits and pieces, so...
Of course. Alright, team. Shall we go?
Yeah,
Let's go.
TNT
Give me-
nods.
give me a
Let's
second
make-
to regain my balance.
Yeah, it's like after, if you've never been on like a boat before, like you don't have the
Okay.
sea legs, you have to regain your land legs.
Half God has flight sickness. A
Yeah,
minute.
they have a bucket conveniently like nearby. This has happened before.
There's not even a bucket at this point. There's just like designated bathrooms.
Yeah,
One's
yeah.
like the normal bathroom. The other one is like if you specifically need to throw up.
Right here.
Remember what they said. Each protocol is a lesson learned.
The lesson here learned is don't take dwarves in the air.
Oh no, they have fun with that. They're like, a dwarf flying, Lamau. You're lucky they didn't put you on like loop-de-loops or anything.
It's just he's just like slowly coming to, because he's like
Stunned.
he was basically passed out from the diving. And he's just like slowly coming to, like wobbling up and like, all right, gang, let's go.
Can TNT like pick him up and then like hold him like underneath one of his arms and just carry him along for the time being?
You just pick him up under the arm, just whoop.
Whoop.
Oh god, it's too funny.
You'll be fine. You're not 500 feet up in the air. You're just like 3.
Let me just quickly change the background ambiance because I've got to set it to the spooky place.
Ooh.
Excuse me?
Let's go for this one. This one. Ah, yes. Put you over there.
Bye, Kays. Have a nice life, Kays.
Don't worry, he's
Oh
coming
shit.
with.
Hey, Kays.
It's strange here. The moment you leave the safe house, there's this sort of ambient mist and fog that hampers like long distance sight.
Does it hamper dark vision sight as well?
No, but it's not like dim enough that you have to worry about lighting anything yet.
Oh, okay.
But it does dim the local area, even though it's like noon.
I gotcha.
It's like being in the shade rather than anywhere in particular. The open sky, shall we say.
Sunlight. Yeah.
As such, you have to adjust a little bit, but it doesn't take long. At the sort of like edge of like your vision, around maybe like 200-ish feet, maybe slightly closer, or maybe even slightly further away, it begins to become a bit of a pea soup of fog.
Oh, okay. Is it me, or does the distance look real blurry?
It's like pea soup. But I don't like peas.
Like what?
Peas.
This is gonna be a little difficult, but we are gonna have to just push through, aren't we?
Indeed. Stranger still was that you didn't see any of this when you were up in the air. Only now that you've descended does the fog seem to take hold.
Well, do we have any general direction to go in?
If you're in the area known as the Temple District, so pick a direction and surely you'll find one. Or find something useful.
I gotcha.
Do we just want to keep heading straight?
That seems to be the right move.
I trust that call.
Havgard is just like, can we go backwards?
Can we go, like, not here?
Oh, anywhere but here.
Just give me a moment.
I'd like to be back in my humble abode by myself, no one else around.
Yeah, sorry, bud, you're stuck with us.
Unfortunately, you are indeed stuck with these idiots. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Anyways, transition.
Wow. Ugh. This looks like World War II.
Oh my, that is...
The streets of the City of Monument are ruinous. The ground ahead of you is unstable cobblestones, and in this area in particular, it looks like things were set up as if they were defending against something, though it's unclear what.
What could they have been defending against here?
You see plenty of old barricades, and you even see an old gallows over here.
Oh,
Whether the gallows came before or after the defending is another thing entirely. The Age of Mad Arcana has brought a lot, but you're not sure what would have happened to Monument at this point in time.
This looks horrible.
yeah,
What
you could say
happened?
that again.
What
It'd
is
probably
this
help
place?
if they clean up the place.
Overall, though, this looks to be like some sort of residential area, though over to the west, you think you see something that resembles either a guardhouse or maybe an old smithy.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, I see. Okay,
I
so
start
everything
walking
is
towards-
dynamic.
There is, indeed, dynamic lighting. And you each have your own vision, so it's not shared.
Can I look in this cart?
Yep. In that case, stop for the time being in squadron. As you look inside the old cart, you see plenty of old moldy books and weather-beaten scrolls. Everything is useless mulch exposed to the elements at this point.
Interesting.
Is that all that's in there?
That's all that's useful. There are some very rusty fittings as well, but nothing that looks to be particularly of use.
Okay.
Are you observing the old gallows over there?
Yeah, I saw the little skeleton. I wasn't sure if that was if that's there or if it's
That is indeed there. There's an... But that's not all you see as you approach. As you walk close to the gallows, you begin to see like a flittering like blue. And you hear a quiet humming coming from it. This sort of sitting outline that seems to almost perfectly match this sort of still somehow sitting up, mummified like body. You hear a de dum 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 dum.
I see. That's unsettling.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
Is Linnea just standing by the road? Seren, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Hello?
Saren? Oh
Sa-
my fucking
Saren?
god, he fucking dead.
I can't believe Seren's fucking dead.
My
Oh my
beloved.
God.
Rest in,
My
rest
love.
in
I
peace.
forgot I was muted. I was nomming on chips. I'm sorry. What was that?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Imagine a dexterity saving throw can't be me.
Oh.
Yeah, you reflexively back off as you begin to see the boulder in front of you. You see old runes begin to start glowing.
Does it unglow when I step back?
Yes.
Interesting. Can I do a little hover and move forward, or does it begin glowing again?
Once you get like within like 5 feet of the boulder, they begin to start glowing again. Though they glow faster the second time you try.
Okay. I say 5 feet away from boulder, not Durst.
Boulder might be bomb. Solid.
Might be bomb, might also just be going to instantaneously get yeeted at us. So let's not.
Oh, let's go with TNT next. As you enter this like old building, it clearly used to be some sort of like residence, though a lot of the objects within have been cleared out quite methodically. There are a few things left, a few little like bits and pieces. Up in this room, you can see this must have been like the bedroom once upon a time. Over here must have been some sort of like lounge or living room. There would have been a wall here, but that's clearly been busted in by now, and this would have been the main entryway.
There's also like a little.
This is the kind of like house, like effect- effectively an apartment before apartment sort of thing. A
Well-
family would own the bottom floor, and a different family would own like the
Well.
next floor above. You do indeed find well, though you
Well.
can't seem to lift the wooden covering from it.
Damn.
Sharon, stay over there, you son of a bitch! If you're over here.
What?
As you explore TNT, are you investigating further, or are you just sort of looking over the place?
I'm just looking over the place, trying to get my surroundings, and then I'll probably look closer at the house later if nobody does it.
Are you investigating well?
Yes, I investigate well.
Well appears to be shut somehow, but you don't see any way that it would be closed in particular. You could try force it open, of course.
I'm gonna try to force it open with one of my javelins if I have to.
You prise it open with a javelin. Very well. Give me a athletics check.
Come on, baby.
It doesn't give, but at least your javelin doesn't break this time.
No.
Not bad though. It could have been worse.
It'd be better if you had some sort of specialized tool to prise this open with, like a pry bar or something.
Crowbar!
Oh. You know.
TNT red eye lens flares.
Linz looks over at Hofgard. Saren and Linnea are like, oh yeah, he does this all the time, and Hofgard's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
What is going on?
Okay,
Am I in danger?
down here, as you come through this, it's mostly a burnt out building. There's clear signs of that there was a fire here at some point, and you're just in this sort of mucky shell of whatever's left. Weather has mostly turned the ashes below into this sort of thick, rocky substance that just about dusts your boots with a fine grey powder.
Are you talking to me or Hofgard?
Hafkard.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I don't have boots.
It's a bit unstable and treacherous to walk on, just due to how uneven the ground is. You don't immediately see anything useful, but it doesn't look like anyone's particularly tried to pick through these ruins.
Can I kind of just give not a super thorough check, but just kind of look around and see if there's anything of
Sure.
basically kind of look for anything shiny.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh no.
11. I mean, there are sort of glints here and there, but when you look, it's just shards of glass or something.
Okay.
One more disturbing thing you realize, you notice an old set of footprints. You saw them when you came in, and you're like, okay, someone must have walked through here. It doesn't look like they stopped to search anything, just they were passing through. But then you realize the footprints seem to go up the wall at this point.
Oh. Am I able to see if it goes anywhere?
No, because there's no ceiling and no more wall after it. It's just these leftover bits of wall that are about 10 feet tall-ish, 8 to 10 feet tall in places. That's left over from this structure, whatever it was. So the footsteps either would have gone further up, or maybe went around, or unclear.
Just
They don't-
just look super confused.
They don't continue on this side.
Okay, that makes it even more confusing.
Only thing around
Well.
that sort of anywhere nearby matches the height is this old dead tree.
Do I notice anything in particular on markings or anything on the tree, or?
There are no marks, at least none that you recognize. There may be like marks from other groups, just sort of roughly carved into the bark. But you can give me a perception check or an investigation check if you want to, I don't know, try climb it or something.
I'll give it another perception just to see if I can notice anything. Oh, I'm rolling very low.
I mean, with a 14, you think you see something nestled in the boughs up above. You can't quite make out what it is, though. But it's not tree, whatever it is.
Can I attempt to climb it?
Give me an athletics roll.
Athletics?
Indeed.
Oh.
You easily climb the tree. And it's just like a small, like, hempen sack. Nothing particularly special.
Am I able
Nothing
to
particularly
pick...
special looking, anyway. Yeah, you pick it up. It's kind of partially stuck to the tree, and when you pull it, it actually tears open, and the contents spill out. But because of the way the bowels just sort of split from here, it doesn't spill off the tree or anything. Inside, it appears to be at first you thought it was like a strange like black sand or something, but it's like it's strange. It's kind of, in parts of it all caked together, and otherwise it's just the sort of coarse black powder.
Okay. Is there enough of the sack left to like tie it up and take some with me?
Yes. You won't be able to. Well, you won't be able to fully take all of it, but you'll be able to take most of it.
Okay. How much does it weigh?
It weighs half a pound.
Okay.
Just feeling it, it feels a little bit damp though. Meanwhile, while you're climbing up the tree, Saren.
Hi.
You doing anything?
Well, I walked this way to see TNT walk like away, so I was like, oh okay, never mind. And then I walked this way, and you pulled me back, so I was like, oh okay.
You see an old storehouse, and there's a strong smell of like damp and mold in here.
Yuck.
There are literally fungi growing out of all these barrels.
Yuck.
Mushroom farm.
It gets particularly nauseating by the time you get to here. Like, really nauseating. The smell is awful. In fact, if you want to go any further, you might have to make a save.
Is there anything about these particular like barrels or anything that I can guess as if someone might be hiding something in it?
Considering the smell, it would be the perfect place to hide something, but that would be now. Like, way back when, why would anyone hide anything in a storehouse like this?
Okay.
It's up to you if you think it's worth a look.
I'd like to keep my hands clean for now.
The scent partially clings to you as you leave the storehouse.
Yuck. What is this?
An old clay stove.
Ah.
You notice some small runes upon it that imply that once upon a time this might have been a magical stove, but it's clearly not functioning now.
No, there's... Saren will keep flying around to see if there's anything of interest.
Flap, flap, flap.
Flap, flap, flap.
Let's see. Linnea, what are you doing?
Sorry. I feel like Linnea would keep close to Saren
Mm-hmm.
since it's so, for lack of better words, musky.
Cool.
Here.
I'll plunk you over here.
But
And
but
not
now
next to
Saren's king.
Kay's.
I'm dragging him over.
Listen, I've learned my
Case is going
lesson.
too. Don't worry, both your husband and wife are on their way.
This is my wife Linnea, and this is her husband Kay's.
He's also my husband.
How dare you?
He's also my husband whenever Linnea wants to like lessen the grip on his cuddles.
Oh my god. Thanks, I hate it here.
We love you, baby. Mwah.
Mama.
Mama. Yeah. Saren looks in. It stinks immediately. Steps away.
There's like
It still
a
stinks.
slight damp scent coming from inside that storehouse.
Saren forgot to apply his deodorant this morning.
The place you're in seems a bit unstable, TNT, and as you walk around, your foot goes through one of the floorboards.
Right, not the first time.
Oh, well.
Did I get my foot out of said hole?
Oh yeah, it's easy enough, well, for you, it's easy enough to rip your foot back out again. Though, and you sort of walk towards like a nearby wall for structural support. But you notice that that place appears to have a cellar.
Oh. Hmm. Can I do an investigation of the floor I'm on now?
Sure.
Like, more thorough? Alrighty, what would I need to roll? Perception?
Good. Investigation.
Investigation. Eh?
Well, I mean, you peer down into the gap you've left behind, making sure not to stray like too far away. You're like, As you look around the room, though, like I said, most of it appears to be like cleared out. But judging from like the way everything is, you think it was cleared out before the ruin came, and before time passed. So maybe they cleared stuff out to be used as like barricade material or what have you. It's a bit difficult to tell. Or maybe this place was looted shortly after they abandoned it. Regardless, whoever removed all the furniture from this place didn't take everything. And underneath the bed, you think you spot a small curio. Only downside is, well, it's kind of wedged under there.
Small curio?
Yeah, it looks like a silver brooch.
And it's wedged under the bed?
Yes.
Can I just, like, lift the bed up and take it outside?
Give me an athletics check.
Ooh,
Easy.
nice roll.
Despite the fact that there's an old chunk of column on the bed pinning it down, as you pull up, you just hear snapping sounds, and you're like, oh. As you sort of pulled
not
up.
again.
Oops. And you acquire this silver brooch. On it is a symbol that looks not too dissimilar from the necklace that Kaze wears.
Okay.
It's
Nothing of note. Nothing else of note around here?
Not on this floor. It's otherwise quite cleanly picked. I mean, the stool's
Alright.
over here's in good condition, but it's so mold-eaten you'd reckon it would probably break the moment you sat down on it. Still, while the silver brooch isn't inherently like valuable in terms of material, historically it must be worth something.
Yeah. I run over to Kaze and I'm like, Kaze!
You almost stick your foot through another floorboard as you run towards him.
Ah, don't fucking worry about it. I just take the floor with me. uh, he runs up to Kaze and holds out the silver brooch. It's like, look, it's the same symbol on your necklace.
He takes out the necklace and like he compares it to the brooch. He's like, "Yeah, you're right. That's quite close. It's not quite what I'm looking for, though. I'm afraid."
TNT attaches a little brooch onto the robe of many things.
Still, looks pretty valuable. Anyone else
I'm
doing
just
some
gonna-
explory do's? Oh, hey, Huffcud.
Hello.
I'm just gonna hobble back over here.
I went down from the tree.
Sure.
I climb down.
As you make your way down and towards the side of whatever this large stone building is, you notice a quartet of graves behind it.
Well, that's sad. Do the graves look fresh?
They are very old, but the markers used to mark them look very hastily made.
Are they as? Do they look as old as? They look as old as like when the graves were made themselves.
Yeah, I mean, one of them, the stick is basically like a strong gust away from falling over.
Okay.
As you reach this point over here, you begin to hear like an eerie, ethereal sobbing.
Oh.
You see another one of these remnants kneeling over.
Is it crying over one of the graves?
You can interpret it as that, as such. You can't exactly tell the direction. You just see like blue wispy bits.
Okay. Can I cut one of the branches off of the tree next to me?
You can try grab a limb that's fallen off.
Okay. Because what I was gonna do is I was gonna redo the markings for all the graves.
Sure. Yeah, you like sort of tidy it up a little bit. You're not sure if this action has any like effect at all on whatever's here, but you feel like you've done something positive, even if it's a small action.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Over on the corner of the building, you also see an old training dummy, just sort of, dutifully observing the local landscape with its gormless bucket head.
I poke it in the chest.
It falls over.
Okay.
Look at what you've done,
Can't
you
believe
Well,
it.
monster.
Plus one kill to Huffcard.
I'm gonna pick it back up and lean it against the wall.
You pick
I
it
was
back
about
up.
to say TNT basically wiped out an entire enemy team. Hofguard just knocks over a training dummy. TNT, you monster!
Everyone simultaneously. How could you?
Oh my god.
They could see me over here.
Everyone knows.
They
just feel it.
know.
It's like a guard in Oblivion. They just all know. No, you rest it back up. Though as you do so, you hear like a clinking coming from inside it as you rest it up against it. One that you didn't expect, considering it mostly appears to be made out of straw and wood.
I'm gonna shake it around to try to try to get the sound to happen again.
Sure, you shake loose an iron key.
Yo.
Oh.
It's bright orange with rust.
Okay. All right. I will just pick it up.
Acquire key. It's quite a large key. Like, you can wrap your whole hand around the stem and still have the crown and teeth poking out.
Big key. Guess I'm just gonna keep.
Stop there, Halfguard. Right as you reach here.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You thought you saw movement over here.
Should I roll perception to try to figure out what it was?
Definitely.
Good luck, Halfguard.
Oh no.
Oh no!
It moved too quickly. By the time you like had turned the corner, it's already gone.
Okay, well, you know, this seems like a great time to go back and check on everyone else.
Hey, you know, it might be great just to leave. Just dip.
Buddies. Totally did just see something out the corner of my eye right now.
How's
How-
it going, everyone else?
How high above the ground are you flying, Saren? As Halfguard's returning slowly.
I'm hovering, but I'm I don't know, 10 feet up, something like that.
Sure. Hovering 10 feet up, I mean, the buildings go, like, way higher. Like, they're easily, like, 20 feet tall in this area. Plenty of, like, floors built upon floors, built upon floors.
I see.
It's quite built, yeah, they appear to have built more upwards than outwards, matching the giant statues that loom over, like, nearby. At this height, you notice on, the roof of this building that TNT is on, you see one of those sort of clay humanoid things that you saw walking around in the inner city with one of those rods jammed through its face. This one, though, appears to be inert, unlike the ones in town which were walking around.
So you're saying it's dead?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's not walking around.
It's not moving. It's not moving. Just keep going,
Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but I don't think we're quite alone here.
If you thought we were alone here, you'd be mistaken no matter what.
Well,
But we
there's
need
something
to
in-
find...
There was something moving in the stone building right there, and he points to the big stone building that he was just at the other side of. I don't know quite what it was, but I walked around the corner and saw a glimpse of it.
Then we should be mindful of our step, I suppose.
Speaking of mindful of your step, hey, TNT.
Hey.
You're plodding
Yes,
around
TNT.
in this floor over here. Like, man, your footsteps are real heavy, you know?
Yeah, they are.
Your foot goes through another piece of floor.
Ah, god damn it. Not again.
Though you have a slightly bad feeling about what might happen if you were to rip your foot out of the floor this time.
Oh.
Do you do it anyway?
Well, yeah, I gotta walk.
Cool. As you do so, you fall into the cellar.
Yeah! I was about to say, how do I get down into the cellar?
You can give me an acrobatics check to prevent the full damage.
Oh.
You land on the reinforced part of your back and don't take any damage.
Let's go!
You do see some rats of slightly concerning size scurrying away as you land in the cellar. You also land with a bit of a splash as some water has pooled up in this area. About an inch and a half of water. Let's see now. Yes, underneath, it looks like at one point in time, it must have been some sort of simple workshop. There are old tools on the walls, which look like they might have been used for like woodwork and stuff. Though, unlike most of the other metal fittings around, which are caked with rust, these look surprisingly pristine.
Interesting.
You also see a... You thought it might have been like a mannequin or something on the table. It's difficult to make out exactly what it is, but it looks kind of like that. It's got ball joints, it's in the rough shape of like a human-shaped figure. Kind of like one of those like artist references.
Mm.
Can I go and take a closer look?
Sure. You observe it more closely, and also strangely, unlike most of the other bits of wood you found so far, this wood is mostly mold-free. It's a bit damp looking, but otherwise spotless.
Potentially something that was just
Just
recently?
made.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the tools as well.
It might be worth us taking a closer look then.
I thought you said it might be worthless, and I'm like, excuse me, bitch, we're in ruins. This shouldn't be here.
No. It might be worth us taking a good look at it then.
So first of all, I'm not sure if you guys heard TNT fall through the floor.
You guys hear some wooden creaking, cracking, and then a splash.
Zoom.
You see a TNT-shaped hole in the floor.
Blink.
I'm
Hovers
alright down here.
hovers over the hole.
It's like a cartoon like hole where it's like perfect shape of outline of TNT.
There's some
Sarah-
rats out here too.
Huh.
Also, there seems to be like a doll. I don't know. It looks like it, recently made. The tools look pretty nice.
Saren will float down at the recently made part and just take a look. Especially because, dark vision, just in case.
As you approach this boulder, Huffcard, you notice there are runes on it that suddenly begin glowing.
Oh, the runes again.
Going to
Oh.
quickly step away because I was not there for the rune glowing part, so I did not
Yeah,
know.
give me a deck save.
Okay.
All of us?
No, just Huffcard.
No, just
Okay.
off guard. He approached the boulder.
He approached the boulder. He made a
It's
mistake.
not a boulder, it's a rock.
It's a rock!
You avoid this sort of blue pulse that comes from the boulder.
Oh,
Can
You're not sure what it was.
Can I roll anything to try to figure out what that was?
Try Arcana.
Arcana, okay.
Oh!
Oh.
ooh.
You
Let's
reckon
go!
the concussive force from that blast might have been less than optimal for your survival.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
great.
he's just a tiny man. He's just a tiny boy.
I'm glad that I stepped away quick enough. And now I join in the mess. That
It's only
is-
just now, by the way, that as you step back from it, you notice a small warning sign, like, carved into the ground.
Oh,
Very easy
very
to miss.
nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
It's almost like it was warning you.
Yes, the doll itself, or doll, quote unquote, like, mannequin, I think is a better description, as it is 6 feet tall. Well, if it was standing up, it'd be 6 feet tall, but it's laid flat on the table. It even has articulated hands and digits.
Wait, it has like fingers?
Yeah. It's even got articulated toes.
Oh.
It's really well made, and if it was made, over 50 years ago before Mad Arcana, then it's held up surprisingly well. Too well. What would you like to do?
Is there any way I can like investigate the area to kind of like see what else is there?
You can give me an investigation check, sure.
20.
Go.
Non-natural.
With a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
You look around. I mean, you see like a tunnel, like a small tunnel that the rats of unusual size have like gnawed through in order to get into this cellar. And you see like one such rat like peek out and then see you and then run away.
Squint.
There's also like the one support beam keeping the what would have been the roof up, but you can see that age and water damage has pretty much screwed that over, which is even more confusing as to how this wooden doll has survived so long.
And a TNT-shaped sized hole.
Oh, that too. The workbench as well that the doll rests on also is quite pristine, even the parts that are touching the water.
Can I try and open the what is it called again? I just brain lagged, please.
The workbench?
Oh my god. The workbench. Is there any like openings or anything that I can look at?
Yeah, there's a set of drawers on the workbench as well.
Can I open them?
Yes, inside you see like awls, files, a small tin of oil, which is probably valuable in its own right.
Pocket. Okay. What do they say?
What do you mean? What does what say?
Sorry. Is there anything else of valuable?
Well, you reckon the tools themselves would be valuable, not only for historical value, but well, tools are valuable.
Pocket them. Yeah.
They're a bit bulky, but yes, you can pocket all the woodworking tools.
Okay. Oil, woodworking tools. Can I like investigate the doll?
Yes, it's fully articulated, though it's a bit. The joints are a bit sticky as you try to pose it around. It
Almost
maintains
like
the.
you would need some WD-40, baby.
Yeah, baby. As you move it, all the joints stay exactly as you pose them.
What does the doll look like?
It's got no like
it's
facial
like one of
features,
the
but it's a
artists.
fully articulated like human body in terms of like shape. So the elbows and shoulders like move freely, the wrists and hands rotate freely, etc., etc. It even bends over or it even could bend over like a human could.
So also waist function. Okay.
Yep. Fully articulated, like to a degree that you are unclear as to why you would ever need or want something like this.
Here you go. I found the image, Oka. There you go. Happy birthday.
Yeah. All right. Pocket.
You're not pocketing this.
It's 6 feet.
Ah!
It weighs
not
like
pocket
200
this.
pounds.
How the hell was I able to move it is a really good question.
You
Well, you're
move-
just
move
moving
it
the
on.
limbs.
No, you said that the waist could be moved to bend over. That's why I was like,
Yeah, you
oh,
could put a
smart.
hand on the waist, a hand on the back of the head, and just pull it upwards.
Ah, fair enough. Okay. Interesting. Do you need help getting back up, TNT?
Yes, please.
Okay. Saren will try to bring TNT back up.
Also,
Sure.
out of character, I'm surprised none of you decided to use detect magic. Considering, it's been in there for God knows how long.
I wanted to, but I would have to do it as a ritual, but I want to get TNT out just in case.
Okay.
Because I'm worried that if it starts moving, like, or if there's
TNT's
some
gonna
other
make
things.
another TNT-sized shape hole.
Yeah.
TNT just jumps out of it directly upwards. Then realizes that the floor's still too unstable for it to support its weight, so it just lands back down again and creates another hole.
No,
Three holes.
I was about to say, Sarah like calls for help and TNT just fucking belly flops on the floor. Goes
That'd
through.
be cute.
You go
That'd
full
be so
like
funny.
Mario Sunshine belly flop, jump out, speedrun strats.
Yes. Fall right on top of the mannequin.
TNT
Crush
over
it.
here just deleting the whole floor.
The floor is
Who needs
very
floors
hazardous to stand
anyway?
on at this point.
But yeah, once Saren is able to get TNT out, they will go and try and see what is there. What is this?
It's a
Detect
cellar.
magic. What is this? A cellar. Detect magic, but more specifically, ritual casting it.
Sure, that'll take 10 minutes. Is anyone else going to do
Yeah.
anything in that time?
I mean, I can talk to Hofgard about the well since I know he's got the Kuro bar.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do the well thing.
You discuss well.
Well. Hold on,
Like,
let me go over to well.
Just looking at it, Huffcard, like, there are plenty of
Well.
places where you can jam your crowbar in to prise the well open. It probably shouldn't be this hard stuck.
Can I attempt to use the Kuro bar to pry it open first?
Sure, give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, with an 18, as you use the tool to pry it open, you can feel all the coins you've spent on this were definitely worth it.
Let's go.
Kuro bar. 5 out of 5 stars.
5-star
on
rated.
Amazon.
The well
I have to go
lid
back and-
pops open, and you're able to move it out of the way now. As you do so, there's a old rope that sort of like would tie into like a side, the side of like the well to stop the lid from being like rolled away or what have you. But you notice that there's a skeletal hand clutching like the rope, but well, there's nothing else connected to that skeletal hand.
Oh.
You reckon the water
Well-
here is probably not good for drinking anymore.
That's real unfortunate for that one.
You can't see the bottom of the well either. It goes further than your 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah. That's a deep well.
On the side,
can
you
I-
do notice small handholds where one could climb down into it.
Oh. Oh no.
One who is not 6 foot tall, like
It would be
500
difficult for you,
pound.
TNT.
I know.
Though for any of the more
know-
lithe party members, it would be easier for them to descend.
Now, TNT, I do see some handholds to climb down in it. But, now hear me out, We don't know how deep this thing is, and I only have 80 feet of rope.
I mean, I was gonna like drop a pebble down there and see how long it takes.
Oh.
And if we can even hear the bottom.
Yeah, that would probably be smart.
Yeah, you grab a rock, just drop it down.
Yes.
Yep. After about 6 seconds, your attack, as if the pebble hits the stone hits something hard, and then a sploosh.
Oh,
Attack and then sploosh.
Yeah. So
Oh.
bounce off of something hard, and then it hits some water.
I think I found out where the rest of the guy is.
Yeah, buddy. I think we did.
Oh, I don't know what that means though. I've just seen other people do it.
Oh, so we're not sure how deep this well goes.
Anywhere from 100 to 200 feet.
Oh god.
Why
Saren
is the
could
well
just
that deep?
descend.
Who the hell knows?
Saren can just descend with like a rope or something.
Well,
You
we don't
could
see.
use rope.
I could float down.
Oh, you're not floating down that well. It's too narrow for you to extend your wings.
Do we have enough rope to go down that far?
Between the lot of you, I'm sure you have enough rope to tie together to descend that far.
Because I have 80 feet of rope.
I've got 2 ladders.
That would help
Would
at the
ladders
bottom of the
work?
well.
How tall are the ladders?
I think they're only like... Are they only like 15 feet tall each?
So we can have a 15-foot ladder plus 80 feet of rope. That's like 95.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
So that's 95 feet.
we still need another 100 or so feet of rope.
Assuming it's the lengthier side of that distance.
Right.
I also have a 30-foot chain. I have a harness. All right, strap in, buddy. We're gonna lower you down.
Actually, until after, I think I might have lied to you. It's like a 2-second fall, because things fall faster than I think they do in my brain hole.
Bro, I don't know how this works.
Things fall quickly,
know,
but
right?
not 6 seconds worth of falling. That's like several hundred feet.
Well, we might just have to go explore somewhere else unless we can get assistance from the others.
Yeah, because we only have like 95 if we don't count the 30-foot chain.
I mean, there's the stone handholds themselves. I'm sure they'll support everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sure about that, aren't you?
You've even got
I don't
pittons as well.
know.
You'll be fine. You could tie a safety rope at the top, and then if you slip and fall, you only drop like 50 feet.
I know, like that's what I said. That we have a harness. Just tie them up, drop them down. You'll be fine. It's like rock climbing.
You don't even bother with
I'm
like
gonna-
the handholds. You just tie him to it and just descend him like a Christmas ornament.
I'm gonna walk around the corner and ask, do you guys have any rope by chance?
So Saren is busy because they're casting detect magic. Detect magic.
Yeah. Ritual casting detect magic, yeah.
Linnea, do you have rope by chance?
Let me take a gander. I feel like I do. It would seem that all I have is leather.
I see. Well,
Could I not make a rope being a druid?
You could, but that would take time, like to get fibers and then turn them into rope.
well, TNT, looks like we're gonna just have to use what we got.
If anything, we can use the harness and the rope, and then you could go down as far as the rope can let you. And if you don't, if you can't make it all the way down, I could just pull you back up,
Yeah, yeah.
or you can climb up.
You seem very unsure about that, Halfcard.
I just don't trust the well itself.
Why,
I was
why
about to
don't
say,
you
you
trust
don't
the
trust
well? The well
TNT.
is fine.
I'm glad you have trust in TNT, though.
I trust TNT. I don't trust the well, but I will climb down into it regardless.
Anyways, before that happens, as you guys are deliberating, your spell completes, Seren, and you detect magic. To your surprise, the tools are slightly magical.
Interesting.
The mannequin is also slightly magical, like generally magical, like slightly all over it, but it also has like a particular concentration of it in the chest area.
Mm.
The closest school you could equate it to would be transmutation. Same for the tools.
Okay. In transmutation.
Yes. You also notice that the rats are also slightly magical, though you can't quite pinpoint what kind of magic.
Why am I unable to pinpoint the magic?
I just mean it's not too specific. It's like they're naturally magical, the same way you and Linnea are naturally magical.
Okay, fair enough.
We're the rat. We pray at night. We stalk
We
at
talked
day.
at night.
We're
We are
the rat.
the rats.
I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. See what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
It's
Chat,
like, oh
please.
god, they're sinking.
Chat, get me out of here. I'm
Nope.
the bard. What is this?
Too bad, you're stuck here.
What? Wait.
Is there any way
Sarah,
for
it's
me
like,
to
how
be able
come
to?
I was like, Sarah, it's like, how come TNT gets to leave, but I'm stuck here?
That's very funny.
Is there any way?
Is there any way for me to be able to find out what particular magic is imbued in their chest? Question mark.
It may be more transmutation, or it's difficult to tell. Maybe the transmutation of the rest of the doll might be obscuring whatever's inside. You can just tell that whatever's in the chest area is stronger than the ambient magic in the wood around it.
I got a feeling that if I attempt to try and like take apart the chest area, it's going to like backfire on me.
And well, you'd have to like saw it open or find another way to open it. You haven't seen a way to open up the chest compartment so far?
Hmm.
And you can't rule out the idea that it might try to attack you. You do know that there are constructs in this city after all.
Oh,
Okay,
and that's what the Kuros were talking about with the bars.
Yeah. Can I use the bars?
You want to jam a tin rod into it and see if that works?
I'll go back to the party and ask first. Thought about it. I'm like, I don't think that's a wise idea, but we'll see.
We should ask for backup, especially when a dwarf and a turtle are trying to get
So
go
yeah,
down the well.
so TNT, you've like tied a harness around Huffcud.
Oh no.
And you're about to like start lowering him in when all of a sudden Saren flies up like, "Hey guys!"
Saren
Guys?
just has like this look of disapproval on his face looking at TNT and Hofgar. Like, bitch, what is you doing?
That's so funny though.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Let's see what's at the bottom of this well.
Oh, don't let me stop you.
It's got
Um,
handholds.
So I checked the doll. The tools in the doll are magical. Seems like it's transmutation. I will say though that there may be something more to it with the doll. There is some form of magic in the chest area. I can't necessarily open it normally, so what do you guys say about taking a tin rod and trying to jam it open?
D&T shrugs. Why not?
It's our best option.
I mean, if anything, we can postpone the well, and if you need any backup, we got you.
I'm just worried there's gonna be a fight immediately. But we can try.
D&T brings Hopguard back up. A little bit, he dropped him down the well.
Like the 5 feet down, you dropped him.
Hopguard is just like dangling there.
Yeah, I'm
like-
here too, guys. Don't worry.
Well, they
As you-
didn't know. They just saw me holding a rope down a well.
And Hofkai just happened to be missing.
Coincidentally.
Anyway, you raise Halfcut out of the well, and Saren, are you going to jam a tin rod into it?
Yeah.
Cool. You jam a tin rod into it, and all of a sudden the thing jerks and just, suddenly goes into a very unnatural pose, but otherwise doesn't move.
What happens if I pull the rod out?
As you pull the rod out, it stays there. The natural friction of the mannequin keeps it in that pose.
Damn, you dead. Rest in peace, little buddy.
You notice you have slightly bent the tip of the tin rod.
Looking, is there a hole in the chest now?
Well, no, you jam the tin rod into a joint because you're not jamming a rod, like, into it.
Okay.
Like solid wood.
I was thinking stab. Okay.
Oka, can you answer this question for me? Have you tried to stab a block of wood?
Oh no.
Listen, it's possible though.
You're gonna need like superhuman strength or a hammer to do so.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
if
the
you have a
TNT's hammer. No, I'm
Tiny little-
teasing. I'm teasing.
The tiny little Kuro hammer.
Oh no, they gave you like a proper hammer.
Well, yeah, but you said it was like, to me, it's a little tiny.
A little small, but like,
A
to everyone else
little
it's like
small.
normal sized.
Yeah. I call it my small hammer because I don't know otherwise.
Nodders.
Well, I'm just gonna keep repeatedly doing, like, anything I can in order to get the chest open.
Are you just repeatedly jamming and unjamming the rod into this thing?
More or less.
Cool. The second time you do it, it causes it to jerk again. Now it adopts a different unnatural pose.
Am I able to see if there's, like, something to the unnatural pose?
No, it's like it got zapped by a lightning bolt and all of its muscles spasmed randomly, if it would have muscles. But it doesn't. The articulation makes it a bit unnerving. It moves in such like a smooth, like, and kind of naturalish way that you would mistake it for like a living person getting like viciously attacked or something. As if you jab, like, actually I'm not gonna say that. Though on the back of it, you notice that there is a seam.
Aha. What can I do with the seam?
Well, it's a seam, so unless you had any kind of tool to prise it open.
Something like
Like
a
a
crowbar.
I was thinking more like a fine, like a very thin edge, with an order to like
Oh.
get in and then prise it open.
Dagger? Question mark.
Woodsmith tools.
A chisel would probably be
that
the best tool to
someone
use.
Picked up.
Was one of the tools that we got a chisel?
Conveniently, yes.
Huh. How convenient. Totally not planned. I'm
It's
gonna use
almost
chisel.
like chisels are made for wood and stone. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so sassy today.
I don't know.
Listen, I understand. A crowbar. Run. I'll use a I'll use the chisel.
Cool. You like tap around like the seam, and then you, with a bit of effort, manage to prise this panel off of the back of the mannequin, and a stylized like hammer drops out of the chest cavity, You recognize it as you recognize that it might be some sort of like symbol or something. It's like a yeah, kind of like the same way like the hammer of Mjolnir is like an icon, like an emblem kind of thing. It's not like a tool hammer. It's about maybe 4 inches from end to end.
Is this the magical thing?
Yes, it is.
Is there anything in the doll that is considered magical anymore?
It's still magical.
It is still magical, but you said that the chest.
The focus part has fallen onto the workbench now.
All right.
This is also laced with transmutation magic.
Is there any way for me to figure out what this is?
No.
Like in detail.
But the script is very clearly dwarven.
Hey. Guess who we got?
Yo.
I think this may be of use for you. And Saren will give it to there you go.
He's just gonna give it a real good look over.
Yeah. This is a repair hammer.
Yeah, I noticed, it might not be quite what you're thinking, but it's a repair hammer.
Well, it's yours now.
Well, I really appreciate it.
It's a small hammer made out of a high quality steel. And the hammer itself can cast mending as an action rather than 1 minute 10 times per day.
Oh. What is 10 times per day? What was the...
It can cast mending as an action rather than 1 minute.
Okay.
All you have to do is tap the hammer against the brake.
That is very nice.
I don't like the fact that we had to kill a doll to get it, but I mean...
You can still unjam and jam the rod into it. It's still going to move freakishly.
Okay, but how can we not? I think Saren already did that enough.
I am not going to attempt to attack it any further.
Are you going to leave the rod in it, or are you going to try to reclaim your rod?
I'm gonna try and reclaim my rod.
Sure. Give me a sleight of hand check, please, Saren. Sure. This rod is probably on its last legs, but you managed to recover the whole rod. The next time you use this rod, it's probably going to break.
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
And then all of you hear the sound of like a loose pebble hitting like the corbels outside.
Uh-oh.
That one clattering noise pierces the, well, otherwise general sense of discovery. All of you freeze for a moment.
Jeez.
And I'm afraid that's where we're going to have to leave it off. Until next time.
No!
Tales from the
fucking
Seekers of
knew it.
Illum.
I fucking knew it!
Oh. Wow. Wow.
It's the
Thank you, Liquid
audacity for
Snock.
me.
Unmod.
Me leaving instantaneously. Nope.
Lamau. Unmod, unfollow, unsub. Unwatch.
Ban.
But we're out of time for today. We can't go any further, I'm afraid.
Wow. I'm gonna sue.
We'll have to leave it for next
Wow.
week.
Right.
Next week on Seekers of Illum, episode 10.
Indeed.
Ayo, big 1-0.
We're achieved double digits.
It's more than TNT can count on his hands because he's only got 4 fingers.
Oh.
He can only count up to 8. That's as far as his math goes.
Nodders. Who do we raid? Who to raid?
Tiff is streaming right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tiff has a little buddy swing.
Yeah.
Tiff.
Post.
Oh.
What's their how
Oh.
spell their name? Wait, I'm following them. I'm sure it'll come up. Lamau. Tiff. Klein.
I posted their name in the chat for you to use.
Yeah. Alright. Power up the raid. What do?
What about that?
The Seekers of Illum are seeking you. Not
I
us.
was about to say we should just do are you doing your homework, Tiff?
Oh, that's better.
You doing your homework?
You better.
Are you
be
studying,
doing
son?
your-
Hold on.
You better be doing your
Let's
work
go.
too.
We can also just make a bunch of different statements, and it's just all of us saying different ways of you better be doing your work. But yes, all right, let's go with this.
Indeed.
Go.
Hope you all join us next week. Assuming we are able to do next week. Nodders.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
As I know, I should.
Hopefully.
We can always hope. But until then, it's tough and out beans.
Have a
Bye.
nice-
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.